Lord Kazekage, from village hidden in the sand, makes his appearance. Hokage Hiruzen is happy to see him, but Kazekage is not that happy, I guess. He has a strange look in his eyes. It is time for the final exam to start. Naruto is concerned about where Sasuke is, and we see Gaara was spying on him while training with his third invisible eye. Hinata and Kiba are present too, to watch Naruto fighting. Akamaru informs Kiba that there are Abu Black Ops spying around. He's confused what Black Ops are doing in there at all. The fight between Naruto and Neji starts. Neji asks if Naruto has something to say to him. Naruto tells him the same thing he did last time. He's there to win. Neji activates his Byakugan and sees that Naruto is more calm and sure of himself than last time. He tells Naruto that he can't wait to see the look of despair on his face when he loses like a fool. They both stare at each other for a long while, being careful, planning how to attack safely. Neji is very precautious, but like always, Naruto is the first to attack. Neji counters his attack easily, and the other following punches. And in a moment, when Naruto lets his guard down, Neji hits him in the chest, making Naruto shake. He tries to hit one of the chakra points, but he misses. Naruto says that now they're warmed up, they can start to fight for real. He performs his shadow clone jutsu, and Naruto distributes his chakra evenly into all his clones, so that Neji's Byakugan cannot track who's the real Naruto. He attacks Neji with his shadow clones. Neji dodges one of the attacks, and Naruto kicks him in the chin. Naruto attacks him again, but Neji stops all his clones' attacks. Neji tells Naruto that he thought to be Hokage one day, but that's absurd, and it'll never happen. That makes Naruto angry. Neji tells him that his Byakugan eyes taught him a lesson, that people's skills are set, fixed, and unchangeable, and that only a fool is wasting his time trying to become something that he can never be. Naruto tells Neji that he's talking crap again, and he should shut his mouth. Neji explains that you don't just try to be Hokage, it's something you are born to be, something you're destined to be. And there is only one destiny that they will share equally, and that's death. Naruto tells him that he can think like that if he wants, but he chooses his own path, the one where he can decide what to be. Naruto performs again his shadow clones and attacks Neji, but he doesn't get any closer to Neji, and Neji tells him he can't be fooled with his stupid clones. Ignoring all the clones, he goes straight for Naruto. Neji thinks that he hit the real one, but nope, it was a substitution of Naruto. Naruto attacks Neji from above and lands a bunch of hits on him, but he's stopped with a rotation chakra jutsu. Neji can see almost 360 degrees with his Byakugan, and that's when his defense technique, the 8 trigrams palms rotation, comes in handy. And when he senses an attack, he discharges an intense focus burst of chakra from the chakra points on his body. And then by rotating his body quickly, he builds up enough energy to block and repel the attacker. So OP. Normally, the chakra charges are emitted through hands or feet only, but Neji has mastered his gentle fist and discharges chakra through different parts of the body, which is an ultimate defense. Nothing can get through it. Neji tells Naruto that this is the end for him, and performs his gentle fist art 8 trigrams, 64 palms, and with lightning speed he performs his jutsu on Naruto, blocking his chakra control points, and drops him motionless on the ground. Neji tells Naruto that he stroked 64 chakra points and he's lucky to be alive. Naruto tries to get up and he remembers Rock Lee. Struggling, he manages to get up. Hinata, who is staying in the tribunes watching the fight, starts to cough bad blood coming out from her mouth, and one of the Black Ops approaches and asks Kiba to let him help her, and with his healing powers he cures her and she's fine now. Neji explains to Naruto the Hyuga clan hatred. The main branch of the clan puts a curse mark on the forehead of the secondary branch of the clan, so they know their place. They're not to pretend for the knowledge of the Hyuga clan's secret jutsu. When Neji was 4 years old, a peace agreement was made with the Land of Lightning, but the Hyuga clan was absent that day. It was Hinata's 3rd birthday. Her father Hiyashi Hyuga and his father, Hisashi, are twin brothers, but Hiyashi, being the older brother who entered the world first, is considered the head of the family. And Neji's father, Hisashi, as a result, was considered to be on the lesser branch of the family tree. His father, as a result, was the one that carried the curse in his line. When Hinata turned 3, the curse mark was put on Heji, not her. One night, Hinata was kidnapped. Her father killed the intruder. The guy who kidnapped her was the head of the Lightning Land, the man who just signed the peace alliance with the village hidden in the leaves. He was after the secret of the Byakugan. But the Village of Lightning required a recompense. The man who killed their leader needed to be killed too. Hiyashi must die. That was Hinata's father. But in the end, Neji's father was killed instead of Hiyashi for the sake of protecting the main household. As a result, Neji carries a huge chip on his shoulder, and you can see why. Neji tells Naruto that it's his destiny to lose to him. Naruto retorts that they have to continue the fight to find that out. Neji rushes towards Naruto and punches him in the chest with a powerful hit. Naruto flies on the ground. Confident, Neji tells the proctor that it's over and he can stop the fight. Naruto tells him to wait. He gets back on his feet, and he's not planning to lose. Because he has his own ninja way, and all this destiny crap that Neji is talking about, it's not for Naruto. We see Naruto as a kid in front of a crowd who is rejecting not just him, but also the nine-tailed fox spirit within him. Naruto tells Neji if he thinks that his Byakugan eye of his sees everything, he's wrong about that. Neji challenges him to prove that he's wrong about Byakugan. At this point, Naruto remembers when Jiraiya explained to him about those 2 chakra types that are inside him, and he asks the stinky fox, as Naruto calls her, to give him her strength. Naruto tells Neji because people call him a failure, he will prove them wrong, and he awakens the nine-tailed fox spirit. Neji is shocked and does not understand where all Naruto's chakra is coming from, not understanding that he has 2 sets of chakra inside his body. He can see clearly the red chakra flashing around Naruto. Everybody around them is amazed how powerful Naruto's chakra is and how strongly it's manifesting. Neji asks himself, what kind of chakra is this, or is it even chakra at all? Naruto is also amazed that he too can feel even more power than he had before that's come out of the nine-tailed fox chakra. Naruto attacks Neji. Neji realizes that Naruto is much faster than before, and he can't keep up with him. They both throw their shuriken, which collide in the air, and they exchange some punches. Naruto asks Neji if he'd heard that he likes close combat. Naruto attacks him super fast, and they collide, a big explosion taking place in the arena. A huge cloud of smoke coming out. Everybody is impressed and questions who survived. When the cloud clears, Neji is coming out from the ground, barely standing on his feet and heavily breathing, watching Naruto's body laying on the ground, and tells him, sorry, but he is a failure and the match is over. But a sound is coming out from the ground. Neji is shocked. Guess who it is? Naruto's fist coming from the ground straight into Neji's chin, knocking him out. Neji can't move an inch. Naruto baited Neji with his shadow clone and performed an underneath jutsu and caught Neji off guard with a left hook. And for the record, Naruto explains to Neji that he failed the graduation exam 3 times because of one thing that he could not master, and that was substitution jutsu. His clones were pathetic. He was failing clone jutsu every time, and yet here he is using it to beat Neji. So, he says, Neji has to stop coming up with his destiny crap and not tell him that he can't change his destiny. If he managed to change it, Neji can do it too. And, of course, the winner of the battle is now the double chakra user, Naruto Uzumaki. Sakura cheers happily for Naruto. The crowd start to applaud, pleased and delighted with the match they just saw. Naruto sends hearts of love to the crowd. He is tremendously happy. Shikamaru can't believe that Naruto defeated Neji, and he's concerned about his upcoming match. At the hospital, Lord Hyuga visits Neji and gives him a scroll which his father left for Neji. He recognizes his father's writing. In the scroll, he reads his father saying that he chose to die instead of Lord Hyuga, his twin brother. He did so to save the secrets of the Hyuga clan and to protect the upper branch of the Hyuga clan family tree. He chose to die freely, and that this choice was the first time he got to choose his own destiny. At the arena, Sasuke is still missing. He hasn't shown up, and they want to disqualify him. The Sand Village Hokage insists, however, that this match is to be postponed because everybody's eager to see the match between Gaara and the last member of the Uchiha clan, Sasuke. Kankuro and Temari are concerned because if Sasuke doesn't show up, their strategy might be ruined. The Sand Village sensei is concerned that Gaara might kill Sasuke. So the next match is postponed. Shino and Kankuro are invited to the arena, but Kankuro is concerned that he will reveal the mechanics of his crow too soon for their plan to work, so he withdraws from the match. Due to Kankuro's withdrawal, Shikamaru is thinking about withdrawing as well. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't manage to do that because Naruto slaps him in the back and makes him fall from the balcony straight into the arena. He thanks Naruto sarcastically a lot for that. Shikamaru has zero motivation to fight, and the crowd starts to throw garbage on him, calling him a loser. He's pissed off because his opponent is a girl again. Temari attacks him with her big fan, but Shikamaru moves quickly away, hiding behind a tree in the shadow. He looks at the sky and wishes he could be a cloud to go wherever that breeze wants to take him. Temari, meanwhile, is performing windside jutsu, but suddenly, out of the smoke, a shadow stretches quickly towards her. She jumps and escapes the shadow clone jutsu, and she makes a mark on the ground where the shadow can reach. Shikamaru is standing in the shadow of the wall of the arena, so Temari tries to stay out of range where the shadow can't get her. Shikamaru does a hand sign. He uses that whenever he thinks about a strategy. Temari blows an attack at him again, and he uses a tree to cover from the blow. She's so pissed off because he's hiding again, but suddenly a knife flies towards her. She dodges, but the shadow stretches again towards her, passing the mark point she did. Shikamaru was waiting for the sun to go down, so the wall shadow got bigger so he can reach Temari. Suddenly, another shadow appears on the ground. It's an improvised parachute that Shikamaru made out from his jacket. Temari thinks to distract Shikamaru clone substitution jutsu, but she gets caught by him instead. She doesn't understand how that's possible. Shikamaru tells her to look behind her. The shadow's coming out of the hole. You know, that one that Naruto made when he knocked Neji out. He got total control of her body. But when everybody started to think he'd won the match, he tells the proctor that he's quitting the fight. Everybody is shocked, including Temari, who asks why. He explains that his shadow possession jutsu consumed all his chakra, and he's exhausted. He planned 200 moves up ahead, and he doesn't have enough juice to implement them. He has chakra for only a couple more seconds. Interesting match, but not enough gas for Shikamaru to finish it on a good note. And Temari becomes the winner of the match as a result. Ino is pissed off at him. Why doesn't he want to become a Chunin? Everyone is embarrassed and frustrated with this situation. Naruto is mad at Shikamaru and jumps into the arena to have a conversation and calls him an idiot. But Shikamaru tells him who he calls an idiot. Naruto tells him that he's just a big chicken and a lazy ass. Shikamaru tells him to chill out and come down because there's another match, so they have to clear the arena. The crowd is excited for the match, the one between Sasuke Uchiha and Gaara. They've been waiting for this one especially. The crowd is upset that the next match isn't starting, however. Lord Hokage wants to disqualify Sasuke, but Kazekage asks for 10 more minutes for Uchiha to show up. They agree on that, at least. Naruto is pissed off at Sasuke, and he's saying that he's going to kill him himself for real if he doesn't show up. We see down the road 2 people getting close to the arena. It's Might Guy and Rock Lee. They came to see the fight. Lee asks about the fight between Neji and Naruto. The Sentinel tells him that Neji got beaten by Naruto, and Lee cannot believe his ears. The crowd protests. They want to see the next fight. Gaara assures his teammates that Uchiha is going to show up for sure. He knows that. And when the proctor is about to officially disqualify Sasuke, him and Kakashi make their appearance with a big show and dance. And Kakashi, in his style, tells them that they wouldn't believe them how big the traffic was on the way there. What a wise ass. Sasuke asks Naruto if he won the match. Naruto says, yeah, for sure that he won. Sasuke tells him that even if he won, he's still a loser. Lol. On the way up to the balcony, Naruto and Shikamaru assist a scene where two guys tell Gaara that their master bet a lot of money on Sasuke, and he must lose the fight, and they want to make sure that Gaara got that right, but he looks at them madly and kills them instantly. Naruto and Shikamaru see all this and are terrified of the bloodthirst that Gaara has. The fight between Sasuke and Gaara officially starts, and Gaara is behaving strangely, apologizing to somebody and asking not to get mad at him. Gaara starts the fight with a sand shield and the sand clone. Sasuke tries to get closer to Gaara, and when he's in front of him, Sasuke, with a fast move, gets behind him and punches Gaara in the face and drops him on the ground. Gaara is, luckily, protected by his sand guard. Kiba encounters the Anbu Black Ops guy who cured Hinata. But Akamaru starts to bark and tells Kiba he knows that guy. It's Kabuto under the mask. The Black Ops guy knocks out Kiba. Back to our guys. Sasuke is moving so fast, he catches Gaara off guard, lands a kick on him, and Gaara gets back on his feet somehow, but Sasuke keeps beating him down. Gaara forms a guard from sand around him, leaving only a small hole for his eyes to see. Sasuke really wants to land a punch through the hole to get onto him, but Gaara forms some sharp shapes from the sand, stopping him. The sand shield is way too strong for Sasuke to break through it. Naruto and Shikamaru get to Kakashi-sensei and ask him to stop the fight, telling him that Gaara's life goal is to kill people, and Sasuke is in big danger. He has to believe him. Kakashi tells Naruto to relax, because they are not fooling around this time. They're training, and there is a reason why they're late for the fight. Inside the sand ball, Gaara performs his third eye jutsu. Sasuke attacks the sand sphere that Gaara formed, but no luck to get through that guard. Gaara attacks him back with his sharpened sand. On the other side of the arena, some of the enemies are prepared for an attack. Inside the sand ball, Gaara is talking to someone that he's going to let him out, that he's been a good boy. At the balcony, Kankuro and Temari is concerned that Gaara is not sticking to the plan, and that they might fail the plan if Gaara keeps doing whatever he wants. Shino hears what they're talking about. In the woods area behind the arena, some strange guys are preparing for a summoning. Kakashi has taught Sasuke how to perform his lightning blade jutsu. Sasuke activates the lightning blade and attacks Gaara's sand sphere, but he manages to avoid the sharpened sand attack and strikes Gaara inside the sand ball. Gaara does not understand what is this feeling of wet and warm, and then he realizes that it's his blood and starts to scream loud. Sasuke tries to take him out from the sand ball. When he pulls out, it's actually a big sand arm of an irregular shape. Then a strange sound comes out from the sand sphere. Sasuke is terrified. The sand sphere vanishes and Gaara is hurt and left breathing heavily. Kabuto releases a kenjutsu that puts the crowd to sleep. Naruto falls asleep. Might Guy and Kakashi feel it and release themselves on time from it. Sakura, from her perspective, feels it too and releases herself from that jutsu just in time as well. Lord Hokage and Kazekage stare at each other suspiciously, and the two guards who were with Kazekage throw some smoke grenades. The enemies that were hiding in the woods start to attack and do their summoning. Kazekage puts a knife to the neck of Lord Hokage and kidnaps him. The Anbu Black Ops try to stop him, but they are unsuccessful. The enemies in the woods summon a huge three-headed serpent which attacks the village. Kankuro and Temari get Gaara and leave, because he has his part to play in conquering the village hidden in the leaves later. Sand Village Sensei stays to fight the exam proctor. Then we see that Kazekage is actually Orochimaru, who reveals his true face. Ibiki explains to one of the ninjas that when the fourth Hokage was to be chosen, Orochimaru was Lord Hokage's student. He put his name into consideration for Hokage, but he was denied. This is his revenge for that. Kakashi tells Sakura to go and release the genjutsu from Naruto and wake him up, because Kakashi wants to assign them with an A-rank mission, and they have to be careful. Kakashi performs a summoning jutsu and summons a puppet called Pakun. Sakura can't believe her eyes when she sees a puppet talking to her. Pakun tells her to mind her language and not to call him just a cute little puppet. She's embarrassed. Sakura wakes up Naruto and tries to wake up Shikamaru, but he was up all this time. Pakun bites him on the leg, making him get up. He was just pretending to sleep, not to get involved in the fight. Oh man. Kakashi tells Naruto and Shikamaru to go find Sasuke and help him. Shino is around the corner, listening what they talk about, and he follows them as well. Orochimaru and Hokage Hiruzen engage in a fight. Orochimaru performs a reincarnation summoning jutsu that summons the first Hokage and the second Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves. Naruto and his team are followed by some ninja from the Sand Village. They go backwards to get rid of the followers, but by confusing them a bit, and to win some time for them to catch up with Sasuke. They decide to do an ambush on those guys. Shikamaru decides to distract those guys and be a decoy, winning time for Naruto and Sakura. Shikamaru manages to trick those ninjas by faking his footsteps, and it catches them in place with his shadow positioning jutsu. Good on you, man. He holds them in place for a while, but after some time, he releases them from shadow positioning because his chakra has reached its limits. Right in that moment, Sensei Asuma comes to rescue him. Asuma engages in a fight with all of those guys and beats all of them. He tells Shikamaru that he did very well. Lord Hiruzen is faced to fight the two dead Hokage. One of them does water-style summoning jutsu and tries to drown Hiruzen. He has trouble fighting them both at the same time. The other Hokage does a ninja art defense woods jutsu and traps Hiruzen with his big tree roots and holds him tightly in place. Orochimaru thinks the fight is over. But Hiruzen then performs a summoning jutsu and summons a big monkey named Enma. When the monkey sees Orochimaru, he tells Hiruzen that he was a fool. He shouldn't have spared Orochimaru. He should have killed him when he had the chance back in the past. Hiruzen tells Enma to transform into adamantine Nioi. The Fantastic Trio are really concerned because of that, and try to stop Enma doing it, but they fail to stop him, and he transforms, after all, into the adamantine Nioi. Orochimaru takes out from his mouth a snake sword. They engage in the fight, but Orochimaru is much stronger than Hiruzen. He gets beaten and falls to the ground. At one point, Orochimaru changes his face to a younger woman. That's a forbidden jutsu that he learned to transform himself, and he laughs mockingly at Hiruzen. Then we see a flashback 10 years ago, when Lord Hokage finds Orochimaru in a creepy basement doing some weird experiments. We learned that he killed many people for his experiments. He wants to learn all the jutsu that exist in the world. That takes time, effort, and a lot of experiments, but for that he doesn't have enough time in his life, so he's seeking for immortality and eternal youth. This was the perfect chance to kill Orochimaru, but Lord Hokage hesitated and let him live. He couldn't kill Orochimaru because he was one of his precious students. During all these years since, Orochimaru learned a jutsu that allows him to transfer his spirit from his body to a younger person's body, and keeping all his knowledge while transferring his spirit. So right now, his target for a younger body is actually Sasuke Uchiha. When Sasuke will be grown enough, Orochimaru plans to use Sasuke's body for his spirit. You got it, guys, right? Like, that's crazy. Hiruzen then performs a powerful, forbidden jutsu called Grim Reaper Seal. Hiruzen traps those two rogue Hokage with his shadow clones, and also with the help of the Reaper traps their souls and kills them. Next is Orochimaru. Hiruzen manages to capture him too, and starts to perform the Grim Reaper Seal jutsu. Orochimaru manipulates his sword and wants to stab Hiruzen. Enma is trapped but catches the sword, but Hiruzen still gets stabbed. Orochimaru asks why he did not dodge the sword. Hiruzen explains that the jutsu that he is performing, you have to sacrifice yourself in order to kill the other one, so anyway, he's dead, dodging the sword or not. The Reaper starts to pull out Orochimaru's soul slowly. He is struggling to resist. Hiruzen is spitting blood, and Enma is still holding the sword. Lord Hokage tells Orochimaru that his ambitions end here and now, and he will be punished for his selfishness by taking all Orochimaru's precious jutsus that he accumulated all these years. Lord Hokage manages to pull Orochimaru's spiritual hands long enough so the Grim Reaper cuts his hands, and Lord Hokage sets a seal on Orochimaru, forbidding him to use his hands forever. He will never be able to do a hand sign, so he will not be able to perform any ninjutsu ever again. Orochimaru remains petrified, seeing his precious arms being cut. What a relief. Orochimaru is desperately screaming to Lord Hokage to give him back his arms. No chance, buddy. The third Hokage gloriously passes away, seeing Orochimaru madly yelling at him how he dare take his jutsus from him. On the other side of the village, Jiraiya is helping Ibiki to fight the three-headed serpent. With his big toad, he destroys the serpent. Back in the woods, Sasuke catches up with Temari and Kankuro. They're not happy to see him. Kankuro tells her to take Gaara and run away. He's going to fight Uchiha to win time for them, so Gaara can recover from the injury. When Temari leaves, Shino makes his appearance and tells Sasuke that he's going to fight Kankuro, because they have unfinished business. Shino engages in the fight with Kankuro. Kankuro is using his crow to attack him, and Shino observes that the blades have poison and he needs to be careful. Kankuro strikes him with knives, but it was just Shino's bugs. He lands a strike on Kankuro, but he dodges it. He throws smoke poison bombs at Shino. He attacks again with his crow, but Shino stops it with his parasites jutsu. Kankuro can't control it anymore, and they go after his chakra strings. He cuts the strings quickly and rips the head off from the crow and attacks Shino. But when the head of the crow is about to hit him, Shino stops it with the help of the parasites that he inflicted on Kankuro. He is finished, but Shino is heavily breathing because of the poison that Kankuro threw earlier. Gaara wakes up and tells Temari to put him down. Sasuke catches up with him and they engage in the fight again. Gaara's body transforms, half of it into the sand monster. Sasuke is concerned when he sees that, and Gaara tells him that he is his prey and attacks Sasuke. He dodges the attack and takes cover behind a tree. Gaara is mad and asks him if he is scared by his form. Sasuke's call comes out and he throws some knives at him, but they don't do anything. In order to find Sasuke, Gaara smashes some trees to see where he's hiding. Behind the tree, Sasuke is thinking about his brother, Itachi, and why he killed everybody but left him alive. There should be a reason why he didn't kill him. Gaara keeps yelling like a freak for him to come out and fight. Sasuke decides to form the lightning blade that he learned from Kakashi. He charges the blade and they both collide. Sasuke cuts the transformed arm in half with that jutsu. Gaara's in pain now, down, but recovering, and he gets back up and performs another transformation and brings out the tail of his sand demon. Gaara is even faster now. He attacks Sasuke and he counters back with fireball jutsu. Gaara protects himself with a sand shield again and smashes Sasuke into a tree, doing a big hole. Then Sasuke remembers from the training with Kakashi that he's good for only 2 shots with the lightning blade. For the third one, it's just too dangerous. It can be lethal to him. Kakashi advises him not to do a third one, therefore. Against all those warnings, Sasuke decides to go with a third try on the lightning blade jutsu, and hits Gaara and destroys the transformed right arm. But Gaara transforms the left arm back into the sand monster. Sasuke falls down, exhausted, and the curse mark appears. He can't move his body. When Gaara is about to strike, Naruto lands a perfectly lovely kick in Gaara's face and stops him. Sasuke is in pain because of the curse mark. Naruto asks Sakura, "Who the heck is this guy?" He doesn't know him. Pakun tells him that this guy is the guy named Gaara. Naruto is shocked by this appearance that he sees before him. Gaara attacks to kill Sasuke, but Sakura steps in front of him and protects Sasuke. Gaara hits her instead and pins her to a tree and faints away. Naruto is concerned what he's going to do now. Both of them are out of service. Gaara asks Naruto who are these 2 people to him, that he protects them. He tells Gaara that they're his friends, and he's going to pulverize him if he lays one more finger on them. And then Gaara tells him as long as he fights for others, he'll never advance to the next level. He advises Naruto to forget about his friends and fight for himself. Naruto tells him to shut his mouth. Naruto performs a summoning jutsu, expecting Gamabunta to appear, but instead, a small frog appears, who is telling Naruto that if he didn't bring any treats, then he'll get nothing from her. Nothing is for free. Gaara transforms totally into the sand monster and throws some sand shurikens. Naruto grabs the frog and jumps, then he performs multiple shadow clone jutsus and attacks Gaara. He stops the clones with wind-style sand devastation jutsu, and Naruto gets blown away. He takes a piece of paper with explosion and wraps it around his knife and performs again his shadow clones and attacks Gaara once more. With the attack of his clones, he gets behind him and performs the Leaf Village secret taijutsu straight from Kakashi's sensei teaching 1,000 Years of Death. Temari, Pakun, and the little frog are embarrassed, but hold on, don't judge the book by its cover. Gaara turns around and smashes Naruto, and the knife that he inflicted does a big explosion. And it turns out that's a nice move that you pulled there, kid. Naruto remembers the words that Haku told him back then, that you become genuinely strong when you have somebody precious to you to fight for. He gathers his strength and performs the Shadow Clone Jutsu and pulls out like 10,000 of those. The woods is full with blondie hair clones. They ambush Gaara and attack all at the same time, kicking Gaara's butt. Gaara is so frustrated. He cannot understand where all this strength is coming from Naruto. He can't accept to lose to a guy like him, and he summons his inner demon in full effect, a huge sand monster. Gaara traps him with his sand coffin and starts to squeeze Naruto. Naruto performs again his summoning jutsu and brings, this time, Gamabunta into the game. Sasuke is shocked. How on earth could he summon that big toad? Naruto is just proud of himself, standing on top of the Chief Toad with a satisfied look on his face. Gamabunta looks at that big Shikaku, the sand spirit, and tells Naruto to take a hike. Naruto is shocked. The Toad Chief tells him that he's stupid to mess with a guy like Shikaku, and he's not stupid. Then the little frog intervenes, who actually is the Toad Chief's son. His name is Gamakichi, and he tells Gamabunta that the other guy tried to kill him, but Naruto grabbed him and saved him. After hearing this, Gamabunta engages in the fight and cuts one of Shikaku's hands off with his big blade. Gamabunta explains that Gaara is a spiritualist medium. He can see signs of insomnia that's evidence that the medium is possessed by Shikaku. The real danger is if the medium falls asleep, then he will be totally possessed by Shikaku. Gaara performs playing possum jutsu and falls asleep. Oh my Sigma. The monster's voice changes, and Shikaku screams out loud that he's so happy to be out in the open. They engage in a fight, and Gamabunta is getting hit with a sand bullet from Shikaku. The Toad tells Naruto that they need to wake Gaara up as soon as possible so they can stop possessing jutsu. The Chief Toad can't keep a grip of Shikaku, so Naruto can wake up Gaara himself. Gamabunta tells Naruto to use transformation jutsu, a combined jutsu, that they have to merge their will together. And Naruto has to think about something that has fangs and claws so he can grab Shikaku and keep him in place. And guess what Naruto is thinking about? Of course, about the Nine-Tails Fox. And Gamabunta transforms into the fox. They run towards Shikaku and manage to hold him in place. Then Naruto lands a big, nice punch on Gaara, waking him up. He's mad that they disrupted his jutsu. He performs Sand Coffin on Naruto, but Gamabunta covers him with his tongue. Gaara catches his feet, then Naruto asks the Nine-Tailed Fox to give him some chakra. The red chakra starts to burn around him like a flame. He tries to punch Gaara, but Gaara stops Naruto with his sand. Naruto, in turn, lands a powerful head knock, finishing Gaara. But blood comes out from their foreheads together, and they fall into the trees. They engage again with a last breath in their chest, and they punch each other and fall on the ground. What a fight. Orochimaru tells his guys that they have to leave now because they failed their mission, so no need anymore to fight, and they withdraw. Sakura is released from the sand trap, and before she hits the ground, Sasuke catches her and safely places her on the ground. Gaara keeps on thinking about what it could be to make Naruto so strong. Naruto is trying to crawl to Gaara and remembers the hard times that he had in childhood, the same kind of things that maybe Gaara went through. We see that Gaara has been treated badly from others. Naruto tells him that the pain to be all alone is unbearable, and he's been there too. He knows how it is, and if he needs to kill Gaara to save his friends, he will do it, even if it means he must die. Gaara asks him, why would he do that for others instead of himself? Why would he care for others? Because they saved him from loneliness, says Naruto, and they are his friends. So Gaara guesses that love might be the thing that makes him so strong. Temari and Kankuro come to the scene, and they pick up Gaara and leave. On their way away from the scene, Gaara apologizes to Kankuro and Temari for being careless of them, and they are shocked. He just said something emotional to them for the first time. We see Squad 7 all dressed up in black going to Lord Hokage's funeral. It's a rainy day, and everybody is upset. Konohamaru is in tears. One by one, the ninjas put a white flower at Hiruzen's grave. They all remember how good he was to them, being Lord Hokage. But Hiruzen left there a promising young generation behind him, who will always be ready to take a stand and protect the values of the village hidden in the leaves.